Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to look at what does Spirit want you to hear, want you to see. What message does Spirit have for you? Okay, that is the other card. That's a whole stack, so I don't want to take that. I feel like it's just those three. So we have the Knight of Swords, we have the King of Swords, and we have the Ace of Swords. Swords, lots of swords, which is mental, thinking, solutions, analyzing, coming up with answers, starting new, a new thought process. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. Letting go of an old way of doing things, but starting a new process. Okay, so let's grab some cards. So let's get some clarifiers for this Knight of Swords for Capricorn. What do you have for Capricorn for Knight of Swords? A little bit of a clarifier here. I'm just going to take the top one. We have the Six of Pentacles. Kind of look at that give and take, right? Looking at that give and take. Are you holding back from giving and taking? Is there an even exchange for you? Swords, lots and lots of swords today, lots of swords. Is there an even exchange between you and someone else, or a situation? Is there a back and forth? Are you holding yourself back from giving? Okay, is it a relationship? Are you giving in a relationship? Are you receiving in a relationship? Are you, putting effort into a relationship, but you're not receiving that back? Do you feel that you're not receiving that back? Do you feel that you're giving to the relationship? Do you feel that your walls are down? Do you feel that there is that communication? I feel like, are you holding back from communicating in a situation or a relationship? Are you holding back something? I feel like it's starting to build up. I feel like it's starting to become a burden for you. I feel that you need to look at, are you being, yeah, that's what I was feeling. Are you being true to yourself about your feelings? I feel like you're hiding something, or you're keeping something to yourself, and you're not being upfront about the true feelings in a situation. It doesn't mean that you're doing something sneaky. It could be that, but it also could be that sometimes we don't express our true feelings to a person because we're afraid that it's going to offend them. We're afraid that it's going to hurt them. But yet for us, it's something that starts, for the person that's holding back, it starts to build up. And we're not being true to ourselves. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, is to be true to yourself and really speak your mind. Some people are great at it. Some people can just say whatever they want to say, and they don't care who thinks what about what. And some people are more sensitive to it. Some people worry. Some people are the opposite, where they worry too much about what the results are going to be if they speak up about something that they're feeling. Yes, swords. There's a lot of thinking going on here. You're thinking a lot about things. I feel like Spirit wants you to look at, are you being true to yourself? Are you worrying about something that you want to express, something that you want to. Are you in a relationship where you're putting up walls that maybe, are you afraid to let those walls down? Are you afraid to say how you feel? Because sometimes when we're in past relationships and we have this pattern where it repeats, where if you tried to speak up and you're constantly shut down, that you kind of learn that, okay, it seems like every relationship that I'm in, friendship, family, partnership, that I always get shut down. And so then you learn to not speak up, because it's like, well, why should I bother? I'm just going to be shut down. But I feel like there is something that is on your mind. There's something that you're holding back. There's something that's bothering you, and it's starting to build inside. This is something that you have to work on. What else do we have for the Ace of Swords for Capricorn? We have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Emperor, we have the Three of Cups, and we have the Judgment. Opening your eyes to working on speaking up, to come into your own power. It's easier said than done. To be able to speak up, to be able to say your mind, sometimes when we do that and the person has that reaction that we think that they were going to happen, then it's like we beat ourselves up, because we're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Why did I say anything? Why did I try? But it's like, sometimes it gets to the point where you've held back for so long that you're like, I have to say something. I have to stand up for myself. I have to come into my own power. I feel like that for Capricorn, because I feel that Capricorn kind of it's more of a struggle, and that Capricorn has to wants independence, but yet wants to be in a group, wants to be, it's like that. It's hard to explain. My brain, as I said before, is working faster than my mouth. But I feel like it's this wanting your independence within, or wanting to be able to speak your mind within this relationship or this situation. And I feel like it's kind of come to that boiling point where this is something like Spirit wants you to see this, Spirit wants you to look at this, Spirit wants you to analyze it, because there's so many swords here. So Spirit wants you to find those answers, to find that strength, to work on those things, because that will bring you strength. It will bring you happiness, opening your eyes to solutions. It wants you to hear something. It wants you to see something. Ace of Swords, new beginnings. It's almost like if you're surrounded by people that are not accepting what it is that you have to say, and if you speak your mind and they shut you down, is that really a relationship that you want to be around? Is that a relationship that you want to be in? Is that the energy that you want to be in? Maybe before that you were feeling that that is where you wanted to be, but I feel like this reading is for that person that's getting to that point to where it's like, I want change, I want different. But death card, Scorpio. Because what's holding you back is that you're not able to voice your opinion. This is what's holding you back right here. The Nine of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. This sort of thinking, this negative thinking, this denial thinking, this stressing, this worrying, this anxiety. And this is what's holding you back. So this is one side of the Death card, and then this, I feel, is the other side of the Death card, to where it's like Ace of Swords, new beginnings, new starts, new thinking, new process. The Emperor, coming into your own power. The Three of Cups, being happy. Judgment, kind of seeing, okay, I want to surround myself with people that I feel that I can speak my mind, that I can voice my opinion, that I can be who I want to be without being judged, without being held back, without being questioned, without being put down, without having those experiences by those relationships or people that I had before, to where I felt like I couldn't be true to myself. I feel like this reading is being true to yourself. It's coming out of your shell. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes it could. I'm not saying it can't. But it's sort of like a process, because it's a process that you want to be comfortable with, and it's a process that you want to stay in. It's not something that you want to revert back to the old ways, because it's almost like once you start coming into this Emperor power, right? And this Ace of Swords, this new way of thinking, it's like, no, I don't want to go back. I don't want it to be the way things were. I don't like that feeling of the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords. I don't like that feeling. All right, so let's get final messages for this reading. Final messages for the Knight of Swords. Final message from Spirit for Capricorn, Knight of Swords. We have Six of Pentacles. I almost feel like this Six of Pentacles here is struggling with that back and forth, but this Six of Pentacles here seems, okay, that you've come into this Six of Pentacles where you've come into this, I'm sharing back and forth now, right? That there is this back and forth. Final message for King of Swords. I feel like it's these two. Ready to move on from this Three of Swords. Like I said before, this Three of Swords card keeps coming out for Capricorn almost in every reading that I'm doing. And I feel like it's a process that you're going through. It's not something that you want to put yourself into. It's something that you want to take yourself out of. This Eight of Swords here can represent that you're holding yourself back, but it also can represent that you're ready to move forward, that you've held yourself back long enough, that you're ready to move forward with this Three of Swords, because you're finding this solution, right? That you're analyzing things, you're looking at things, that this whole section right here with this King of Swords it's all swords energy here. It's all thoughts, and it's all heavy energy here. And look at this. Now we have another card. We have the Two of Swords. We have the Two of Swords here is making that decision, looking at all sides of this, looking at this energy, processing it, working through it. It could be harnessing this frustration and this Three of Swords and this Eight of Swords, all of this Swords energy, and using that as fuel to push you over here to this Ace of Swords energy, to this Hierophant energy, which can be Taurus. And I feel like it's that faith and that strength and that belief and that foundation and that knowing within yourself, believing. Look at this. And then we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is somebody who finds answers. She finds solutions. She finds directions. She finds the truth of the situation. She's been through a lot. Definitely with this Queen of Swords coming out here right after this, I feel that represents you having gone through so much, gone through this process. And she's somebody who finds direction and truth to a situation. She's strong. She perseveres. And I feel like that's you getting into this Ace of Swords energy here. All right. So final message for... We have the Two of Pentacles. And any other final messages for Capricorn for the Ace of Swords? Okay. And then we have bottom of the deck, Two of Cups. I love it. Two of Cups, emotions and feelings coming together. Feeling happier with yourself, feeling stronger. This could represent a relationship that like I was saying from the beginning, that you feel that there is not that back and forth. There's not that give and take. And maybe you felt that you weren't able to give, that you had walls up, you weren't able to give, or also maybe you felt you weren't able to take from that person. You felt you weren't able to, sometimes we feel awkward when people are giving to us and we're not sure how to handle that if we're always been the one who's been giving all the time. So I feel like it works it through. Over here we have Temperance, which is patience, it's compromise, it's balance, it's the fire and the water that's helping this to grow. She has the sun up here on her head, and I feel like that's that positive energy, it's that light, it's that guidance. The wings representing freedom and growing that, finding the balance, finding the compromise, finding the back and forth, finding your inner strength. We have the infinity sign, which is individual empowerment and everlasting love. And then we turn into the Two of Cups, where it's seeing eye to eye, it's communicating, it's working on things. But I also feel that it's a relationship that you have with yourself, where you're looking out for yourself, that you realizing, okay, there's some heavy energy right here that I have to deal with, that I have to work with, that I have to work through, that I feel that's holding me back, and that I have to process, because this Three of Swords keeps coming out. So I feel like there's Three of Swords energy that's surrounding Capricorn, that Capricorn needs to work on that. Capricorn has to acknowledge it and work through it, because that's what's holding you back, especially with the Death card being there. What is that? Is that self-doubt? Is it people that we're surrounding ourselves with? What is it that we have to look at? What is that frustration? All right, so let's get a Whispers of Healing. And we have seek seclusion. But that also could be that it's just seeking seclusion in order to find those answers. It could, maybe you need some alone time. Sometimes we need that time to ourselves to just think and to process and to work through things and acknowledge things and to see things. And that will help us to get through all of this thinking, right? You can't do all of this thinking when you're surrounded by others, or you're feeling like you can't be yourself, or you're feeling like you really can't take that time to think, or you have all of these, you've got the phone and you've got the computer and you've got people and you've got all of these other distractions. So I feel like seeking seclusion, there's a lot for you to think about here, there's a lot for you to process here, but seeking seclusion will help for you to find those answers and to find that direction. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.